What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Knox Fades. Come on. Praise God, I got my first haircut tutorial for you guys and I got the freshest taper to show you. So without wasting more time, let's get straight into the video. So after sectioning and separating the bulk of the afro, you want to comb the hair on the sides in preparation for a nice clean taper. Using your trimmers, you want to set your initial guideline parallel to the eyebrow and the corner of the ear, and you just want to clean up all the hair underneath that. So to set the foundation for this fade, I'm going in with my clippers open, no guard, and I'm creating that second guideline, then going underneath that, tackling it with the corners of my blade, closing the lever bit by bit until that bottom line is fully erased. Now with the one guard on and the lever fully open, you want to create another guideline using the corners of your blade, and try not to take the fade up too high, alright? Alright mate, try not to take it too high, about a finger switch should do it, alright? So in order to create a smooth blend and transition, we're going to work our way down in guards. So we're starting off with the 3, and then we're going to work our way to the 2, keeping the guard open and then closing it. And then we're going to work our way to the 1.5. We're going to keep it open first, and then we're going to close it. And as we do that, we're going to tackle the dark areas. Now you don't want to rush this part. Using the corners of your blade is absolutely essential. You want to take your time and trust the process. Don't rush, because once the hair actually comes off, unfortunately you won't be able to put it back, you know what I mean? So in order to take out that last line, we're going in with the 0.5 guard on lever fully open, and we're using our corners, closing the lever bit by bit until it's fully blended. So at this point in the fade, I like to take a step back, look at the fade, take a look in the mirror, check the fade, and just look for any dark spots, and just use my clippers really and just play around with it and just detail using the corners just to make that fade pop. If you're liking the fade, please do make sure you do all that YouTube stuff and do that subscription thingy, and make sure you give it a thumbs up thingy majiggy mabob. If you got Instagram, follow at Knox Fades for more content. Please do comment, let me know where you're watching from, let me know if you're a beginner, let's interact, you understand, let me know what you want to see next, and I'll be more than happy to do what I can for you guys. So as you can already see, on this side of the taper, I'm just repeating the exact same steps that I did on the other side, nothing different, nothing more, nothing less, just repetition and trust in the process. So for the neck taper, you just want to comb the hair down, just make sure it's all lined down flat and even. You just want to go in, debulk that hair using the level 3 guard open and then closed, and then we're going to use the level 2 guard and repeat the same thing. Now as you can see, my client previously had a line pattern there, so we want to keep that side of it dark, and then we're going to fade the rest. Now this is I'll call it an unconventional way of doing the taper, but you know, you just have to have a little bit of fun with it, freestyle. At the end of the day, you gotta put your own spin on it, you know what I'm saying? Now at this point, I'm using my trimmers to put in the pattern, and I'm just doing it at this point just so that I can actually have a guide as to where my fade is going to be, how it's going to look, and just so that I can envision it really. Everyone has their own style of creativity, so do as you wish, do what comes best to you or whatever your client shows you, but this is how I decided to tackle it. Right now, so with the pattern inserted as my guide, I go in with my wahl detailer and I create my bold line, And then you just want to trim off the hair that's all underneath that and make sure it's nice and clean. And then I'm going in with my one guard open. Now why I'm doing this is to make sure that I can keep the fade dark around the pattern. So I'm going up with the one guard open and I'm just creating a guide. So in order to keep the bottom line of the pattern dark but still blend out that bottom line, I'm going in with my 0.5 guard open and I'm blending in a downward motion from open to closed. Now during the process of your fade, you want to make sure that you've got your brush to hand or your comb, and just make sure that you keep laying the hair down flat. And at this point I'm going in no guard and I'm just flicking out that bottom line, and I'm just opening and closing lever, just play with it so that I can get a nice smooth transition. Now I'm taking the 0.5 guard again and I'm just going in and around the pattern just to create a little bit more of a contrast and just to make that pattern pop a little bit more. Now taking the 1.5 guard, I'm just tackling that line that we've created and I'm just flicking out in a scooping motion and closing the lever bit by bit. Now following this, I'm going to use the one guard again and I'm just going to use my corners and I'm just going to attack that line again just to make sure that we're creating a smooth blend and a smooth transition. Now at this point you just want to use your clipper and just go over any dark areas once again. Just refine the fade and make sure that that blend is looking sweet. So after applying some shaving gel, I'm just going in with the blade and I'm just going over that pattern once again just to make sure that those lines are popping. And this does add another 2-3 days maybe to the pattern. It's not absolutely essential, but it is ideal. Now I'm taking the size down with the grain with a 1.5 and I'm just prepping it for the shape up, for the line up, for the edges. You already know. Now for me, I don't know about other people, but this is my favorite part of it. It's like, I've got sayings, different sayings. It's like, having a house with no windows is pointless. Having a car with no wheels is pointless. It doesn't take you anywhere. Having a haircut without a lineup is pointless. If you agree, you agree. If you disagree, that's you. But the lineup is where everything starts popping. Look at that. Look at that. So after combing the hair down on the hairline, you just want to take it down a little bit. I'm going with the grain now. I'm going to go against the grain as well, just to make sure that everything's lying down flat. Now when it comes to this bit, don't rush because there's no going back. You want to use the corners of your trimmer and just take your time and just try and create a nice natural arch, and keep it as close to the natural hairline of the client. Nobody wants to get pushed back. Nobody wants to get pushed back. I mean, this is a very crucial and sensitive part of the haircut. Like, if your fade is clean and the shape up is not, my friend and my brother, you have a problem. You have a problem on your hands. And unfortunately, it's going to take about 2 to 3 weeks to get that problem resolved. And we don't want that, do we? So you just got to take your time, don't rush. And just make sure you're giving the client a nice, clean, sharp line. Now some people may be thinking or wondering, am I going to use enhancements? I'm not using enhancements in this haircut. I don't have anything against enhancements. I do use them from time to time. However, as beginner barbers, my advice to you is to try and develop your skills to the point where your lineups are looking as natural as possible and still giving it that nice enhanced look. So right now I'm just going in with the afro comb and I'm just lifting up the hair from the scalp, and we're going to take that down and just debulk it a little bit, give it a little bit of shape and body. Now the funny thing is, during this my camera actually cut out and I didn't realise, so I didn't get to actually show the full part of the afro shaping, but never mind, we move. So I've got my curling mousse and I'm just, you know, just touching up those curls, making them look nice, making them look good. Obviously had to show my client in the mirror, he gave me the nod head of approval, so you already know. So this is how my client came in, 5 out of 10. Look at his hair, not feeling himself, but once he got that Knox fade, listen, woo! Look at that. You already know what it is. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Thank you for watching my first YouTube video, and I'm sure I'm gonna have more coming